Cody Garbrandt takes on Rob Font this weekend at UFC Vegas. I don't even know what number it is this weekend. All we know is that it's a fight night. Rob Font versus Cody Garbrandt, and I'm pretty excited for this fight. You know, the card is all right. I mean, you got, I think, Edmund Sebastian on the card, like against Jack Hermanson, which is a good fight. Good one for Edmund Sebastian to get back in the win column, hopefully. But I personally think Jack Hermanson will take it. And anyways, that's not even the point. The point is today we're talking about Cody Garbrandt versus Rob Font. The camera is a lot more zoomed in than usual, so I'm hoping that maybe it looks a bit better, and not as too like glitchy or laggy or whatever. Anyway, I really need to just get on topic. Rob Font versus Cody Garbrandt, both in my opinion boxers, good boxing styles. I've rewatched Assunção versus Garbrandt. Garbrandt did have a few good leg kicks, but he's primarily patient boxer sort of style, and I'm just going to go out here and say it. I think Rob Font knocks him out in the third round. I believe it'll be a very, very slow first round. I don't think it'll be like a firefight where they're back and forth. I just don't feel like either of them want to do that nowadays. First of all, Garbrandt's been knocked out a good few times, 4 times in MMA. I know his professional record says 3, but he was knocked out in the amateurs as well. And then also Rob Font, I'll be really wanting to shine here, take the spotlight away from Garbrandt now that he's back in the win column. So I think Rob Font will come out and be slow and passive in the first. Very slow first round. I feel a few leg kicks, a few jabs, a few right hands, left hooks, like the usual type of stuff. I'm not going to think about the first round too much. I think it'll be very slow, very patient, back and forth. You won't really know who to give it to, but one of them will just edge it with like total strikes or like activity or like maybe a bit of cage control. You might say Rob Font looked to clinch. Or you might even see Garbrandt go for a takedown. He went for a takedown against Assunção, I believe, at the end of the first round. I rewatched that recently, so that's quite fresh in my head. But I personally think second round, Rob Font will be landing a very good jab, really be setting up his range, a few maybe oblique kicks or something, maybe bringing something like that, a few tapes. Maybe Garbrandt might throw a good few kicks back, but I think Rob Font will really be finding his range in the second round, landing good jabs, won't wobble Garbrandt. Maybe we'll start picking up the pace towards the end of the second. Then in the third, I think Garbrandt will be like, right, fuck, I'm losing this. First round was close. I believe, hit a lot in the second. He'll try to come back, and that's when he will get completely knocked. I think he will be badly knocked out in this fight. I just have a feeling. I think Font's too fast, too crisp. His teammate Calvin Kattar had a really bad performance against Max Holloway, which I did make a video on. So I think everybody in his camp will be like, right, we need Rob Font to go out here and put all the pressure behind him, because this guy could be the next champ, because, they're not going to give Kattar a title shot anytime soon after that performance. So their camp, where is it? It's like New England or something, MMA, I don't know, something like that, New York or like fake England or something, I don't know. So I believe that will help. I think Font's going to go out there and have a great performance, and I don't think it's going to be a war like some people think it'll be. I think Garbrandt's way too patient. He didn't look any different than he did before in his last fight. He was just a lot more patient and wasn't getting rocked. You know what I mean? I don't care. Taking that amount of damage and getting knocked out 3 times in a row will play a massive effect on you. You know what I mean? Like all the pressure was on Garbrandt, and he went out there and got a spectacular knockout, fair play, but I still believe Rob Font is going to go out here and do exactly what everybody else has done to Garbrandt, but a bit more crisp and not as like a war sort of style fight. I think Garbrandt's going to be on the back foot early, but he'll be in the fight. Second round, it'll be the back foot. 2 rounds down, I think Rob Font will edge the first. 2 rounds down, Garbrandt will then get a bit more aggressive and get knocked out. You know what I mean? It's quite ironic. I mean, Cody Garbrandt isn't really working with Team Alpha Male anymore. He's working with Mark Henry. And that's what TJ Dillashaw was getting like bullied for, leaving the team and working with other people, even though he was going back and forth, And Garbrandt even said he wants to go down to flyweight as well, so, if he gets knocked out here, I think that'll be 100% happening. I think he'll drop down to flyweight. They hit a lot lighter, but they are very quick, and Garbrandt's also very fast, but I think he's not as technically sound as Rob Font. I mean, the jab, the everything, even the movement of Rob Font, I think will be a big factor in this. I think personally I didn't really know much about Rob Font until before I was trying to choose my prediction, and I just see a lot of like tendencies that Garbrandt has that Rob Font could take advantage of. For example, when Cody Garbrandt gets into a scrap, he kind of drops both of his hands and just swings. Rob Font can easily set back or throw a right hand. He's done that to many people. Or just out jab him, out point him, out everything. Just do everything a little bit better than Garbrandt does, and I think it'll be a very easy night for Rob Font. I don't want to say easy, but I do feel that I feel like Rob Font could have a very good performance here, especially like Garbrandt's fast. He throws a lot of feints. It'll be tough. It'll be tough for both of them. But Garbrandt's really quick. He's really technical. He's really fast. He's very good at throwing feints until he gets hit. Then he just forgets all of that. Rob Font will be going out and trying to jab at him in the first. It could be a very close first round. You could give the first round to Garbrandt. Then the second round, Cody will get hit a bit more. He'll stop doing the feints. He'll stop doing his very high level MMA, and then he'll get into a bit more of like a right. I need to just win, come on, and then he loses it. You know what I mean? And you can talk to as many sports psychologists as you want. When it's put in your blood and DNA to be like that, to have that aggression, you can't do anything about it. Like, that's just how some fighters are. And like, they see red, they get worried, they get flustered, they go for the kill. And unfortunately for Garbrandt, his chin's never really held up whenever he's went for the kill. You know what I mean? And I mean, a few of Garbrandt's wins aren't looking too good now. You know what I mean? He beat Dominic Cruz, who's just had a razor close decision with Casey Canny, who shouldn't necessarily even be ranked. He fucking, what's his name? Thomas Almeida, knocked him out, but Almeida's probably about to go to Bellator, you know what I mean? So it's like, is he as good as... He beat Dominic Cruz when Dominic Cruz was champ, but remember the surgeries and the injuries and the age of Cruz, and it was a close fight with Cruz, you know. Probably could give Garbrandt 4 out of the 5 rounds in that fight, but bad judging could have put it the other way. So I don't know. Rob Font, 3rd round knockout, I believe. I believe he'll batter him in the 2nd. Cody will come forward, try win, and get brutally knocked out. I think people saying that he's changed and he's back is an illusion. I feel he hasn't changed at all. I just feel he's more patient, and I feel like him being more patient in this fight will make him a bit more like... I don't know. If he goes out there and tries to be patient, it'll be in his head, right, I've got to be patient. Then he'll start getting clips, then he won't be patient anymore. You know what I mean? He can't stay patient. So I believe Rob Font, 3rd round knockout. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed.